Hello everyone and welcome back to Bitwig Studio and Music Production. This is lesson 5.23, and in this lesson we're going to talk about the pulse width control inside of our oscillator here in Bitwig Studio. So just as a reminder, our filter is all the way open. We are turned right now in the center, but we can pull this to a saw wave if we'd like, and we're good to go. So we just have a buzzy tone. We can see that in the span as well. And so in this video, we're going to be talking about pulse width. Typically, pulse width is associated with the square wave here. And when we look at the square wave, one full cycle is referred to as its duty cycle. And that's actually true for any kind of waveform. Now, with the square wave, we can actually impact this duty cycle and change its width by adjusting our pulse width control right here. At 50%, we have a perfect square wave. As we pull up here, we're starting to create more of a rectangle wave. And as we do this, we're going to be impacting the harmonic series. We're not going to be changing the harmonics, but we will change how those are hyped or how they're not hyped. Meaning that as I go in here, I can just show it to you. We start at 50. And so you can see how by changing this pulse width, we could take it to extremes, we're really impacting our harmonic series to a point where we almost can't even hear the fundamental anymore. It's way, way down there. And we could take it the other direction too. So the pulse width is a great way to actually have different waveforms inside of your synthesizer. So when we talk about just having a saw and a square, that's not really true, because not only do we have every variance on this wave shaper going from -100 to +100, we also have every variance going from 0% of pulse width up to 100% of pulse width. And the cool thing about this particular synthesizer is that regardless of shape, regardless of any other setting that we put in here, we can impact the pulse width, which is really pretty cool. So we can have a mixture here. We'll have it a little bit more towards square wave, but I can still change this pulse width. You can hear how buzzy that is. All right, let's put it back to its default. Now listen to how dirty and how grimy this gets and all the extra emphasis here in the harmonic series. And imagine if we take this down even a lower register. Actually, let's do it the right way, and let's adjust our pipe length here. Super grimy, super dirty. It sounds really analog to me. Just the sound of it is really grimy and greasy. I absolutely love it. So don't forget that we have these extra controls that actually give us a lot more possibilities with the shape of our basic waveforms here. It's not just a saw, it's not just a square, it's not just a combination of the two. We also have an additional pulse width control to give us even more variety, and in a lot of cases, a lot more grit to our sounds. So thank you so much for watching. If you have any questions about pulse width, feel free to drop me a line. Otherwise, just get in there and start messing around with it yourself and see what sort of interesting oscillator waveform sounds you can come up with. Take care.